Yeah, you're on the move in your Six of Swords. That is the hit the road jack card of Aquarius. This is for all divine feminine, but Aquarius are particularly good at hitting the road when they're not appreciated. In fact, they're the best. Anyway, that's where I feel your energy is. This is not where I think his energy is. Today, what I was picking up was that there's been quite some significant changes going on with the divine masculine. Yeah, he's watching you. He doesn't understand. He's nervous to approach you, not understanding what's going on. But he's coming back in for more game. What he's going to do, I believe, on the next approach, he's going to, it's going to be all talk, no action. He's going to say something like, okay, let's do it. Let's do this commitment thing. But I think you're going to be able to tell whether this divine masculine is sincere or not. Because I really feel that what the energy coming from his side right now is that it's this upcoming approach will be to try to get you back into this toxic addictive cycle. In other words, if you say yes, what will happen? It's not going to ruin anything. It'll just slow down the progress. Because what will happen is you'll go back into that, wonderful, passionate spending time together, and then he will just do the ghosting again. Because I can tell you right now, if you're identifying with this divine masculine, this particular energy, he is very much in the middle, in the eye of the storm. He's not even pulled out of this powerful riptide into toxicity. He just wants to get you addicted again. And then what will happen is the ghosting. You'll just get another big dose of ghost. And this time he's going to dose it so that you'll never, walk away again. So just know that that's where we are right now. Okay? Yeah, see, you've got your balance back. You've got this perfect balance, You're probably at yoga. Well, actually, no one's at yoga anymore because of COVID, but probably doing, one of those poses where, you can, there's some people who can hold it for a really long time. I think. Just to summarize where I think everyone is, I think that this particular divine feminine in this DMDF energy, the divine feminine is standing in her power and continuing the walkway. Okay, because she has to. Yeah. So I believe that what's going to happen soon, because he can't understand what you're doing. He's making a decision, okay? He's trying to figure out, what am I going to offer her? What am I going to offer her? What if I say, look at those tools that he's got there. What if I say that I do want a commitment? How about if I just say, let's do it? What's going on is the divine masculine wants to hook you back into the routine, that routine that you guys were addicted to. He got you addicted to it. You never wanted that in the beginning. You did want a commitment. I believe that this divine feminine wanted commitment. But it's easy to get addicted to someone, when you love them, and this is love. Yeah, it's all a lie right now, Seven of Swords. And he wants you to eat that lie. Yeah. What I'm getting is that he's watching you. He realizes that he's at the point right now where he realizes that what the change that he sees in you, because he sees a change. He sees a change. It's kind of like you're not taking the bait change. And the good news is that he's recognizing that this is a result of his actions. So what he's doing right now is he's looking back over his actions. He's actually looking at that. This is some major progress, believe it or not. So he's not out of the toxicity, because what he's doing is he is strategizing. He's worried about your next move. That's what I'm hearing. Your move. That That was one of these for a game, you see? It's like chess. It's your move. He sees one of the changes that he's noticed in you. I'm just going to show you his posture right now, how the way that he's his posture, watching you. So you're here in the Justice. There's Madam Justice. You're standing in your power. Now he's up there. He's like, what is she doing? And he's going to take off with those claws, that hawk. He's going to take off. I just got to show you the card underneath it. But you're going to be like this. Oops, sorry. You're going to be like this. Get away. You're not going to let him in. Not now, anyway. Not now. And I can hear you. I can hear you, ladies. He said, not ever. Okay. This is kind of so what he's seeing that you've become him. He sees that you have your own world right now. And he's sensing that you're engaged in it. You're not even facing him. He's a little bit left out in the cold. So there's sort of a dual message here. I'm going to show you something that's really cute, and it's kind of sad. And I know some of you are going to get mad at me for feeling sorry for him, but there is a part of him that feels a little bit sad about being left out in the cold. It's the eye here that. So this is the Five of Pentacles in the Deviant Moon, but his energy is right there. She doesn't want me anymore. But notice how everything but the eye is covered up. He's never going to let you know that he's feeling like that. I'm getting the word friends and karma. He was really happy when he was with you, okay? Whatever time you spent, even if it was just a physical thing, it made him really happy. But he didn't tell people about how good you were to him. He didn't tell his friends that. You probably didn't meet his friends, or not very many of them. I mean, to him, you were perfect. You were this. But you may wonder, geez, why didn't he tell his friends about me? Why didn't I get invited to any of these things? So he didn't do that. Because what he was doing was, he was telling his friends about all the not the bad parts of you, but every time you'd have an argument, every time you guys would have, harsh words with each other, what his friends would get was he would boil it down to all of he would show them only the nasty things that you said. And what happened? Reason why he did that because little did you know, he thought you were perfect. He really loved you, but he was feeling very insecure. This is what you don't know. So if for him, and this is a toxic energy, you think to yourself, well, it's all fear-based, because he's afraid that someone might become interested in you, or that you might discover that you're worthy. He only tells his friends the bad stuff out of fear. So that is this devil's way of ensuring, that you're not going anywhere, and no one's going to find out that he has something that he thinks he doesn't deserve. No one's going to come and take it. So here's where karma works. Here's where karma is starting working. So all these years, or however long you were seeing him, these people were only seeing that side of you. that skewered side of you. He might have shown them. Yeah, he might have said, "Hey, look, here's my phone. Look at this text she sent me." And it was probably after he said something really horrible to you, and you might have said, "Oh, go to hell," or something like that, or even worse. But the point is, everything that his friends knew, it was all taken out of context. So they got this really, really, really horrible view of you. Now here's where karma kicks in. Ugh, yuck. This is her. This is the karmic. Here's where karma kicks in. The reason why he's with her, this saucy, yucky person, manipulative, and she's stealing money from him, I feel. Anyway, the reason why he's stuck with her and not you is because the friends didn't know who you were. They thought you were her. So they turned his head, out of love for him, in her direction. Karma. And now he's lost you, okay? And now he's stuck with this person. But that's how a fear-based decision, that's self-sabotage. But people say self-sabotage. Really, it's just fear-based decision making and thinking. All right. I feel like I'm just going to jump over to the divine feminine energy right now. It's like there were so many lies and so much deception and so much betrayal that at some point, just out of a coping mechanism, here it is. Yeah, that's it right there. In order for you to have sort of, a reference point from which to operate, because he wouldn't give you the truth, you actually had to just sit down and draw up what your best shot at what you think the truth is and work from that, because he wouldn't give it to you. So you're like this person in the Seven of Cups. All right, you won't tell me what the truth is? Here, look, give me the palette there. I'm going to have to paint what my best, to the best of my belief, this is what I think is going on. Now, the problem is it's not correct, and he sees that you're operating. I feel like this female energy, this karmic, is just really making things 10, 100 times worse. There's going to be tower moments. I cannot tell you all the stuff that I'm seeing as a result of this energy. Loss of money I'm seeing. Problems with health. Just at manipulation and arguing coming from this karmic. Seeing this, something, I don't know. There were two images that were coming up. One was sort of a voice, his noticing a tone of your voice, and the other was something he remembers. Both of these times were sort of it was your reaction, it was your tone of voice, and I think you guys might have been arguing, and you might have looked or sounded scared, or just really sad. And these are things, yeah. You were frozen, is what I'm hearing. His friends they played a very large part in his decision to give somebody else this second chance instead of you. But again, as I was mentioning before, that's karma. That's because he chose to tell them about the negative things, because he doesn't want anyone knowing how wonderful you are, and especially not you. So I was seeing a towel being thrown in, kind of like the Rocky. I'm betraying my age here, but anyway. you know, only this towel, you've thrown in the towel. He feels like it was based on all the wrong reasons. And the problem was feeling like there was this build up. It's like, it's just an exhausting buildup of unexpressed emotions. So many things that he didn't say. Where the heck is he going to start if he's going to try to get through this labyrinth of things that weren't said? But the problem is that you didn't have the information, you know? So he feels like you're throwing in the towel for all the wrong reasons. Well, it might be true, but what other information were you supposed to rely on, you know? I really see him coming your way. Do you see that letter? That's always some kind of communication or movement, travel coming toward you that you don't see. It's good, but notice how that card was a little bit dark. That's only because the game is not over yet. This next contact with you is going to be to try to hook you back into the vicious cycle of passion ghosting. Anyway, because what I'm picking up is that there's sort of this, it's not empowering, it's just where you might, be sitting, you might be at work, you might be just doing a regular part of your day, and you might realize, oh my goodness, I'm not checking to see if he messaged me. I haven't checked in days or something like that. It's that you're no longer trying. Archangel Michael is only pouring one flow, but he's in perfect balance. Why? On a complete walk away, you're not behaving the way that you normally did, and I feel like most of you have withdrawn some important element of whatever he was addicted to. You've withdrawn it. So you flipped the script. The game has changed. So this is why you have to look out, because he's still playing the game. You don't want to play a game anymore. It's like when you quit, It's almost like when you're a kid and you're on the playground, there's always a few, older kids who don't play fair. And so you'll stay in it for a little while, and then you realize it's not fun unless people are playing by the rules. And so you just kind of go, I don't want to play anymore. And you'll get a really bad reaction, to the tricksters, from the tricksters. So that's what you're getting right now, okay? Because you're not playing anymore. I don't think that he knows why. I think he's aware of the ghosting behavior, but he doesn't know why he does it. I do think he's been putting attention on it lately, because the feeling that I'm getting is that he's aware. He's actually been looking at, and I think he feels like he was cruel, and ruthless in some cases. He might have thought in the beginning, for those of you who started the walk away, that you were playing a game, but it's like you've left the arena. He's realized, wow, this is not a game. This is not a game, So the consequences of his actions, he's starting to become aware of this. It's easy for him to do this now because you've walked away, so he doesn't have to actually acknowledge that you were right, or that he's done anything wrong. I think it's impressive that he's actually turning his head to it. I think for some of you, I think he's the divine masculine is actually for those who had a family or who have a family, and you were the mistress or the third wheel. Some of them are looking at their family and they're actually thinking about you, that it's not in the sense that I wish you were here. Well, some of them might be thinking that, but would you believe, because I think this is way more advanced, she didn't get to have that, So I'm going to get some direct messages now from Divine Masculine before we close it out. So I think some of the Divine Masculines are becoming aware. They've collected enough information on you that they know that you wanted to invest in them. Maybe they're starting to believe in themselves. But time will tell. In the meantime, your sword is still up.